Aloha, everybody, and welcome back to part 5 of Sonic Forces.
Eggman's army has broken through! They're in the city! We need to get these people out of here!
Who can we send? Sonic and Silver need time to heal.
We've engaged enemy forces at Seaside Hill. We can't spare anyone.
This is the 8th unit. We're pinned down under heavy enemy fire.
Man, looks like I've got no choice. Okay, rookie, I've got a tough one for you. I need you to head back to the city and save those civilians.
But I want to go to Seaside Hill! I love Sonic Heroes! Seaside Hill is not a stage in Sonic Forces. They just name drop it during that cutscene because apparently Dr. Eggman is conquering those old zones as well. Look at my gamer hat. Aw yeah, I'm a hardcore gamer. Gamers, rise up! Either way, folks, we're on part 5 of Sonic Forces, and we still have so many hat pieces, sunglasses, shirts, and shoes that I've already gotten up to this point. And there's still lots to collect even still. There's a lot to customize with the avatar, and I absolutely appreciate that. The only nitpick I would have about the clothing pieces is that I really wish you could customize the colors. Like, sometimes I'll find a piece that's, like, really cool, but I wish it was red instead of yellow. I wish these wristbands were not green and white, but instead blue and white, you know? And you cannot customize the colors. Every single clothing piece usually has like 3 different variants, though. Like, you're gonna find 3 different sandals, you're gonna find 3 different Crocs, you're gonna find 3 different of, you know, the spring shoes and all this stuff. Like those Knuckles shoes, the white and blue variant, there is definitely going to be regular Knuckles shoes as well. And I just wish you could actually customize the colors of these things so that they could be exactly what you want them to be. But maybe next time in a future Sonic game, should they bring this system back in case the Avatar makes a return, you know. Also, this game does not believe in pants. You can get a whole bunch of shirts, you can get a whole bunch of shoes, but you are always just hanging out there. You're always just like, woo! No pants whatsoever. So, in order to give the illusion of me having pants, I usually put on a bodysuit that has no sleeves so that I can have some kind of black pants, you know, underneath my t-shirt. In reality, I'm wearing something underneath this t-shirt right now. It's a full bodysuit, but through this method, I can have pants and not just be hanging out there, and it looks a little bit better. This game has a closet, so whatever costume you're wearing, you can actually save that in the closet so that you can instantly put it on whenever you want. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that you can save multiple outfits for multiple occasions. And you can even randomize your outfit by pushing the square button, and then you'll just slap whatever the heck they want on you. And it is wacky seeing all the different ways my character can be customized. Look at this madness! It's fantastic. It's fantastic. But now that I'm dressed for the occasion, I got myself a new lightning wisp on. Let's get into it.
I need a status update on the people who couldn't evacuate in time.
That's Rio here. We're engaging enemy forces and can't search for civilians right now.
The fighting's too fierce for us to help out as well.
Sounds like you're our only hope, rookie. The rescue is in your hands.
So in all the previous stages, I was always using the Burst Wisp on, and not because I didn't want to change it up every now and then, but in order to get the red rings, it was just better to stay with that particular weapon. For this stage, it's a lot more convenient using the Lightning Wispin, so now you can see the differences between the weapons. I don't have a flamethrower. Instead, in order to attack enemies, I push the right trigger to make a giant laser whip and slash at everything in front of me. It's not nearly as useful as the flamethrower, but I am allowed to interact with lightning wisps this time around, so I can go along the trail of rings and whoop, booyah! Just get a red ring that way. So there's lots of different wispins, and they all do different things, as you could probably guess. And again, I cannot interact with the burst wisp as long as I'm using the lightning wispin, so I have canceled myself out of that. And you know, one thing that would have made the gameplay a little bit better, honestly, is if the characters could actually load up with like 4 or 5 different wispins. Because like the D-pad's not doing anything as far as I know, right? Wouldn't it be a lot more useful if I could go in with like a burst wispin and a lightning wispin and, you know, a cube wispin or whatever, and then I could just like alternate between the weapons? during the gameplay, just like push up on the control pad, left on the control pad to instantly switch them out. Unfortunately, you're only allowed one weapon whenever you go into a stage, and that really limits what you're capable of as you go through the stage. But, you know, that adds to the replayability. Replay a stage with a different Wispin, you'll find different Wisps, which can take you to different shortcuts and go through other places that you couldn't go before. So, you know, the Avatar stages do have a lot of replayability because of the Wispins and how they are designed, you know. You can always interact with the stage in a very different way depending on what weapon you bring into the stage. So that's kind of neat.
Update from HQ! The enemy's on the run!
Mission complete. Well done, everyone.
Thank you, thank you. I just ran through a path for 2 minutes and I somehow saved everybody, but alright. I don't know why they're retreating. The giant robots are retreating, but I'll take it. They all know the greatness of Clement the Great. They all know how badass I am. They've learned their lesson. Dr. Eggman would not dare mess with anyone who has Clement the Great in their party. Ha 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 ha! That's my headcanon anyway. Oh, sweet, a hippie t-shirt. A cowboy hat, right on. Now I could be my stoner OC character, thank God. Hey Sonic, I just want to light up a joint, dude. Stop going so fast. Ugh. Oh boy.
Well, that was impressive, but we still have a lot to do.
Great job! I knew you could do it if you believed in yourself.
Nice moves. But if you hog all the glory, how am I gonna look good?
You're never gonna look good, Vector. Nobody likes you. I don't even know why you're in the Mario and Sonic Olympic games, or why you're a playable character in Team Sonic Racing. Nobody wants you. People prefer Espio over you, Vector. It makes no sense. Either way, now that the Vector fans are all mad at me in the comments section, we're on extra stage number 2. We're playing as the Avatar for it. The first one we played as Modern Sonic. An interesting tidbit about all the extra stages that you unlock throughout this game. You will sometimes play as Modern Sonic, you will sometimes play as the Avatar, but you will never play as Classic Sonic. Never. Classic Sonic does not have any extra stages. And that makes me wonder if that's the reason Sonic feels like a late addition to the game, or, worst case scenario, did Sonic Team know that Classic Sonic's gameplay wasn't that great and his physics were so screwed up that they didn't want to make stages for him because of that? I'd like to believe it's the former. I'd like to believe he was a late addition, so they already had these stages all made up when they decided to add Classic Sonic to the game, but still, it's very strange. You have 3 playable characters. 3 playable characters, and you have a whole bunch of unlockable levels, and 2 characters play them, and then 1 character sits it out and never interacts with them. That is so strange and so bizarre, and it makes me wonder things. It makes me wonder things. Yes, it does. Like, where did we get Tails' shoes? Because now we have Tails' shoes. Either way. But speaking of Classic Sonic, it's time to rejoin the little guy. Oh yeah.
I can't believe it! Sonic's alive! I think I used up all my wishes for the rest of my life, but it's worth it! Come on, we have to go find him and tell him about Eggman's plan. Whatever his plan is, Eggman said something about Sonic being in Mystic Jungle.
And again, when it comes to the plot, the only reason we're going through this stage is because we heard Sonic was here, and so we're going to go through it, and we're not going to find Sonic because he's already left. And it just felt like, well, we need to have a Sonic stage, a classic Sonic stage, for Mystic Jungle. So let's give him an old casino night level, yeah. I don't know why this forest has a casino in it with like slot machines and pinball flippers, but hey, that's a classic Sonic thing. We gotta have a casino stage, and pretty easy peasy stage. It has very little, if not any, bottomless pits. I think it has like 1 bottomless pit throughout this whole entire stage. There's like 1 enemy and we just passed by him. 1 badnik? Yeah, that's it. There's a whole bunch of ball spikes that might damage you, but it's pretty hard to die here. It's really easy to get an S rank here. And, yeah, it certainly is a stage. It certainly is a stage. Again, it's one of those levels that I just look at and I go, I don't want to replay this. I'm not very interested in Casino Forest, you know? Look at this. I'm trying to die, but there's no bottomless pit here. I'm not participating. I'm instead choosing to go to the lower route, because that's where all the red rings are, interestingly enough. But, yeah, it's just, there's not much to say about it. It certainly is a stage. It certainly is a stage. The most interesting thing I've done with this stage is try to get all 5 red rings in one go. And I can do that thanks to the power of Sonic's spin dash jumping. Something I loved doing in the original Sonic Adventure was making a whole bunch of shortcuts for myself. I'd go to, like, Ice Cap Zone, and instead of going, like, the lawn way they wanted me to go, I would spin dash off of one of the snow hills and get to where I need to go. Booyah! Same thing here. I got the red ring by spin dash jumping. So proud of myself. So, I can get all 5 red rings in one playthrough of the stage. Booyah! How many people could say they've tried that, eh? My Let's Play is special and unique now. Either way, Casino Forest, because of the lack of enemies, because of the lack of bottomless pits, because it's just so whatever. Even, like, going into the slot machines and getting rings. I don't need rings because this game doesn't have a live system. You have infinite lives in Sonic Forces. So if you die and die and die, you can just retry and retry and retry again. The rings only contribute to your score, which contributes to you getting an S rank, but like I said, getting an S rank is really easy and not that hard to do, so unless you're really just comparing with the leaderboards and trying to show who's got the best score, I don't know. But, it's just a whatever level that I never want to replay, because it's just not that interesting. Like, Sonic 4's casino levels are so much better. Honestly. I'd rather play Sonic in Sonic 4 over classic Sonic. No, really.
The system is picking up a couple of strange readings. They're coming from the laboratory. The one where Sonic fought Infinite.
It's probably another of Eggman's robots.
Life readings. 2 of them. Definitely not robots.
Hey, Rookie! Go to the lab and check it out!
Yes, sir, Knuckles, sir. I'll be happy to help.
We picked up the 2 life readings near the lab up ahead.
They aren't robots. What are they?
If they're enemies, taking them both on might be a big ask for the rookie.
So here's the thing with Aqua Road. Most of the time you're actually going to be going through these river streams, and a whole bunch of Moda bugs are popping out to, you know, bounce you around. And they can bounce you off of the side of the ramp and actually fling you off of the stream. And it can be pretty random sometimes, especially when you're trying to go for the red rings, as well as the silver moon rings and the numbered rings. Something that hasn't come up yet, and I'll talk about it in the extra video, since I'm not going to be going for them during this playthrough, but it is a pain in the ass trying to get those rings when you are constantly being bounced around by the RNG Moda bugs in this section. Just, oh my god, the river stream segments can be really annoying sometimes. It's not the worst thing in the world to get through casually, until we get to the end of this stage anyway, because I swear, they make you break off into 3 different pathways, right? And the red ring's in the middle pathway, and it's so easy, like, I had to literally hold right and ramp off of the left pathway just to get back to the middle pathway, and those Moda bugs, it is so easy for them to knock you off the side and go right into the pit, and then you die, and then that's it. And it's just like, oh my god. And again, the stage, it's over. I just started talking about it, and it's over in like 1 minute and 27 seconds. There's like no depth to these stages because they end just as you're getting used to them, and that's the worst thing, you know? Sonic stages should be like 3 to 4 minutes, you know? They should really be a lot longer so you can sink your teeth into it. Even Sonic Colors understood that with a lot of its Act 1 stages, you know? Oh sweet, I can dress up as Luffy from One Piece. But bah, too many short levels. That stage was way too quick, and ooh, a piece of candy! I like candy. Although this is the weirdest gobstopper I've ever seen in my life. Sonic? When'd you get so chubby?
Have we met before? Sonic! I was so worried. I thought you were...
You worry too much. Look, I'm perfectly fine. It's been generations since I seen you. You okay?
Haha!
Good news is you're safe. The bad news is Eggman said he had some plan that will destroy us all in 3 days.
3 days, huh? Well, a lot can happen in that time.
That's the only time the two Sonics interact with each other, by the way. Seriously, it's just like, hey, it's been generations since I've seen you. End of communication. Sonic doesn't really question why his past version is here. He's just here, and nobody talks about it, and it's just like, okay, whatever. This story, man, the longer it goes on, the more disappointing it becomes. But we had 2 Avatar stages. I'm still only going to play one piece of music from those stages, though, because Park Avenue, I love Park Avenue's theme. Again, it sounds like it should be in Dance Dance Revolution. I would love to play a custom Dance Dance Revolution track to this song. It is fantastic. I love it. And we're going to end with that. So, until then.
This is what's right. Here comes the enemy, mess them up. And bring them to the knees, do your stuff. Time for justice, time to go fight. This is justice, this is what's right. Here comes the enemy, mess them up. And bring them to the knees, do your stuff. Time for justice, time to go fight. down. We can't let evil win take them out. This is justice, this is what's right.